So what you're saying is backup.
Backup. So there is several things that can be done to make sure that if this were to happen for some reason, you were watching Markiplier and you decided to vote in his chat and then you got your Google account banned, that it wasn't the worst thing to ever happen to you online. So one thing would be making sure to have a backup email. Now, this is actually very easily done in today's world because oftentimes you can not only just have a second email, but you can have that email keep a copy of your everything that you're doing with your current email and have it continually synced up together. I have recently looked into the Microsoft account because we were recently talking about Microsoft been doing good things there. We learned about not needing an alternate email to sign up into your Microsoft account, so you could use your Gmail email on the Microsoft account. And but when you do that, you can also add an alias email. So my email is something at Gmail. You could also create an Outlook email on that same account, and so that when you sync your Gmail to your Microsoft account, that all the emails, if your Gmail somehow dies, you have a backup copy on your Microsoft account of all your emails stored.
When you say creating an alias, do you mean you're making something at Outlook?
Yeah, that would be an alias email.
Okay, but then how do you have it forward the messages, or do you have it what do you mean sync
you
it?
You used to be able to forward messages over to automatically. You still can do that, but they even make it easier now where it just syncs the messages, meaning that when you get an email to your Gmail account, it also Gmail automatically sends it also to your Outlook.
So as long as this still works after you're banned, you're all good. But what if your account is banned and then it can no longer even receive?
You won't receive any, like if your account is banned, like your Gmail account is banned, you probably won't receive anything that goes to your Gmail account. You would have to start using your Outlook account. The good thing is that all your previous emails up until that point, you still have.
Okay.
So that it's saving you a bit of, it's saving you a little bit there.
Okay. And what about backing up like the pictures? What do you recommend there?
Pictures, I'm still working on because Google
There's
Photos.
not an efficient way to do that.
Right now, the best thing I could say is before. Not only having it backed up to your Google Photos, but also making sure that you plug in your phone to your computer and download the pictures manually.
Either to your hard drive or to an external hard drive or to a jump drive or something that way?
Yeah.
A disk,
whatever.
thing.
Yeah, you just back it up manually and you make sure to do that on a regular basis before you clear out your phone. So that way, right now that's the most preventative measure. And I'm looking to see if there's anything that syncs photos up or if there's any kind of photo drive. Because right now, there's not a lot of alternatives to Google Photos. There's, I think, iCloud. The iPhone has a kind of Google Photos alternative. But like Microsoft doesn't have... Microsoft doesn't have a Photos alternative. It just has a Drive alternative, which isn't the same thing.
Photo Bucket, I think, and some ones that are third-party less common.
But the thing about Google Photos is you could have unlimited storage.
And I think
it might be like a lower resolution than the original, but it's unlimited storage. While Photo Bucket or any of the drives that you use, they have like a gigabyte limit. And so that's not exactly the same thing as like a photo storage.
No.
That Google has. So that's I'm looking into that part. The other part is passwords. So having another browser, and this is actually we're going to go into an update for Edge in the future, but Edge right now is a browser.
Edge? Oh, sorry, you're getting to it. A browser. Go on.
By Microsoft. It is the next iteration on top of Microsoft used to have Internet Explorer.
Oh.
And now they
It's
started
Edge.
working on Edge, which is a very different browser. It is not the same thing as Internet Explorer. It is a more current browser.
Edgier.
It is. And they're recently also coming up with a new update for Edge, which I think is pretty cool. But we'll get into that in a second. Edge, though, you can use to sync your favorite bookmarks and things like that from Chrome. Because again, like if you Chrome should still work, but if you are logged into Chrome using your Gmail account, who knows what will happen to your bookmarks and everything else that is synced to your Gmail. So you want to back that up. The third thing is your passwords, to make sure that you have all of your passwords that is being saved to the browser too. Which there's two different ways. You can sync it to another browser like Edge. Right now though, for some reason, Edge is not syncing the password. So you can download them from Chrome by going into your passwords, and then there's three little ellipses and the password settings, and then there's the three little ellipses in the Chrome browser once you go into your settings.
How
passwords.
You go into settings, so that would be a drop down from the top left?
Yeah, or top right.
Top right. Okay.
But you
under the bookmark. So when you click like the star and then
not bookmarks. You're going into just your general settings. So it's ellipses, settings, and then you can search just passwords. It'll pop up, and then you manage your passwords. You go to the ellipses again. That is right above all the passwords. It'll have like that first line. Well, that's just stating like what the different categories are. Then there's a spot to say export passwords, and then you can export them to CSV file. Sorry. It's a comma statement.
It's
essentially
like
it's a format. It's a format that can make it read by Excel or something like that.
Okay.
It puts it in a format that can be read by Excel or a spreadsheet document. That it'll just have like a comma value CV. It is CVS comma value. I don't remember. Anyways, yeah, it makes it so that it can be read by Excel, so that you could just open up an Excel sheet and all your passwords are there, with your username and your password. Now, those would be the important things to make sure that you're having backed up and synced. Now, the syncing part for the passwords can also be done not by Edge, but there's a new update to Edge coming in January, and right now there's a beta out that you can download, and this new Edge version is actually based off of Chrome. It's there's the Chromium project, which is Google's open source material that they use to build Chrome. Well, Microsoft just used that to build a new Edge browser, which now makes Edge compatible with Chrome extensions, which is really nice. And I tested the sync function, and it does actually sync the passwords with Google Chrome. So if you are very worried, you can always download the Edge browser Chrome beta. Yeah, and then that way you have your passwords being synced on two different browsers. You have your favorites being synced on two different browsers, and you have two different emails, and your emails are being synced on two different services. Therefore, God forbid something happens, you have a backup. Thank you for watching Tech Talks. If you liked the video, please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.